Hey everybody, give me a second here. We're just setting up. YouTube's giving me a really interesting time here, so just bear with me. I'm setting up right now, and then I'll be good to go in a minute. Here it is. I got this all set up and everything. Save that. Click on this, and we're good to go. I'm going to be here instead of later. And let me just make sure that this is all working, and then we're good to go right now. And we'll get to it. So this is going to be way easier for me to do it this way instead of go through everything. I just think it's going to be way easier for me to do it this way. So I want to just listen to what he's got to say, and then we'll talk now, and I'll go from there. But this is going to be really volatile, guys. Like really volatile. So just settle in, and then we'll start getting through it all, and I'll go through what I see out there. But I think it's really important to just remember this is going to be like super volatile. So let's just see if we can figure this out and see if we can find and then go. Let me just see if I can find this here and see if I can find what I need, and then we'll be good to go. Yep, we're good. Let's do it. All right, cool. Let me get to this, and now we are good. So what we're going to do is just come up. All right, so he's not going to cut rates anytime soon, and that's why I wanted to do it this way. So just, I'm staying out of the way. I'm not shorting anything. I'm just letting it all fall apart. And we'll go from there. Nothing to do. So one of the big things that he said in the statement in the news was that the labor market's getting better. And so they're not going to cut. I think that's really important. And I think that's why we're dealing with what we're dealing with here. Let's just keep listening, see if he gives us any signs. It's being way more specific for sure than he was last time about what's driving it. I don't think we're going to kick out a strength report today because of what's happening with Microsoft and Meta overnight. So I'm probably going to do a strength report tomorrow because I have to listen to the Meta and Microsoft earnings calls tonight. I thought about that. I think we're better off doing it tomorrow after we have everything. This is a pretty bad statement. So I just wanted to go live with it. This is wild, some of these moves. Look at them. Yeah, I have to capture that data. I got to see what happens with Microsoft and Meta because I could be putting out a strength report and then they cut CapEx, and then the names I'm looking at don't make any sense. So we're going to have to see how it goes. Oh, that's it. 5 minutes. Oh, wow. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. That's what he says. Give me a second. I'll answer your question. I've got to listen to this. There you go. Get it out, buddy. No boys, grabbing the statement. Hmm. So the memory trade's working more than anything else. We've seen that whole trade play out, but I don't know. You never know what he's going to say next. Dude, so far, we're not really going anywhere with it. This is wild, wild swings, guys. So far, you're in the range. You're not breaking out of it. The falling dollar really is not affecting us at all. It's kind of crazy, but I'm not really seeing anything. I should be on the right mic. Yeah, I'm on the right mic. Yes, I might not be close to my face because I'm on a different screen because I have the computer on too. That might be better. That might actually be better with the mic. I don't know that we're going to rally off of this. I think we're just going to sell down, honestly. I think it's pretty clear there's no intent of cutting rates while this is going on. I think the street's going to get that. It could be that. It also could be that I have the questions on. I'm not defending them. I'm stating facts. Oh, it could be that. It could be that I have the questions on. I'm not talking right now. That might be why. I'm listening to the questions and seeing if there's something that I can add value. If I can't add value on anything, I'm not going to talk. I just want to hear what he has to say. I thought there might be something here that he actually moves the market on. I thought this might be worthwhile. I think what we're going to have to do is just wait and see what happens here. Some of these, I don't know how you're supposed to hold them long term. It's kind of crazy the way this stuff moves now. We have no depth of market whatsoever. Meaning that you just don't have a lot of people that are being active that want to own names that have any conviction. We don't have a lot of conviction out there, is the way to say it. Like things are moving pretty fast. It's not normal to have $500 stocks like this just move 20 points like in a minute. Like that's very clearly not an institution. Like there's no depth to market to stop some of this stuff. It's kind of crazy. I mean, here's your bar since he went live. You've not come out of it one way or another. There's the opening print since his announcement. Still not getting over it. Maybe we're gonna get over it now. Still haven't closed over it once. There it comes. Maybe it comes. Same thing. He's still rejecting 2 o'clock. Still got sellers there. Yeah, is the S&P doing the same thing? Keep watching that. See if we get it. Someone asked about the dollar and the weakness. He said he doesn't comment on that. So you're trying. So you're over. See if that's going to get us somewhere or not. Yep. There you go. There it is. First close over right here. Now you're having follow through. That's so funny. He calls it Liberation Day. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Maybe there's a way to do that. You guys can't hear him, right? I wonder if there's a way for me to do that so you could hear that in future videos. So far, the questions are awful. I have so little faith in these breakouts. Which probably means they go. Maybe. I don't know. Does that allow you to hear it if I do that? I can try.
Do you need to see further
Can you hear it now?
deterioration in the labor market, or would it be enough for inflation to soften?
So we'll always be looking at both things.
Can you hear that
There
now?
could be combinations, infinite numbers of combinations that would
Oh,
cause us to
interesting.
want to move.
Okay.
Certainly, a weakening labor market would be an argument for loosening. But what's happening with inflation? If inflation were at the same time getting worse, you just have a very difficult situation there. So we'll be looking at both. Clearly, a weakening labor market calls for cutting. A stronger labor market says that the rates are in a good place. We'll have to be making similar judgments too on inflation, though.
And if inflation does pick back up and the labor market doesn't show further signs of deterioration, is there a chance that you could raise
You're
rates
trying.
rather than
You're
simply
trying to
remaining
lift
on
here.
hold? What would you need to see to consider
we
hiking?
just rolled back
We
over.
don't take things off the table, but it isn't anybody's base case right now. Anybody's base case that the next move will be a rate hike. But ultimately, we'll do what we think is the right thing. But that's not where people's expectations are right now.
Victoria. Hi, Victoria Guida with Politico.
Yeah, I put
I
up
wanted to
YouTube
ask,
because
you've
everybody
talked
wanted
in
to
the
hear him
past about
talk.
concerns about the U.S. fiscal trajectory.
So I don't
we've
really
seen
know.
in
It's
the
either
Japanese
listen to
bond
him
market
talk
a
or
lot
look
of
at
turmoil
charts.
recently, in part due to concerns over their fiscal and
So,
and
do you want to
long-term
see
economic
her or do you want to
outlook.
look at charts again? I don't know what to say to you. They only do so much, guys. Well, you're through. You're getting through. It just seems like you have no volume and there's no commitment to this whatsoever. So, I mean, you're not really seeing like a lot of action here. So, I mean, you don't even have average volume on any of this. So, I'm just concerned about committing capital and then just watching this sucker roll right over. But Micron held, but for how long? It looks like it just was a buy the dip, but I think the real money will be made after hours. It looks like I'm not getting what I thought I might get here. See that they're getting you over like they're going to do something, and then you just don't have any volume to this whatsoever. At least you're getting some volume in here with some of this. They're trying, but
All he's talking about now is someone asked him why it needs to remain independent. The Fed, which everybody knows it needs to be, but constant buying on Micron, but you're just not getting any umph. No, I think you have to look at the NASDAQ. I think you have to really pay attention to whether or not you're going to break out of a trend, because you're setting up to break out of a trend. And if you break out of that range, you start trending again. You haven't trended in since October. That's what my concern is with trying to get involved in anything here long, is that the bids just go away like fast. I think you're getting there on silver, bro. I'll show you this while we're just waiting, but I think you're getting there on the top. I don't know that you're there. You might go sideways, but look, like you're definitely setting up here. It's going to take time, but you're certainly setting up for it. At least to kind of work it off a little bit. See the disconnect? You know, that disconnect here. I think gold will outperform it. I think gold's going to outperform it going forward. But you're definitely getting there. Let's get back to this. Really, all you've done is trended back up to the 2 o'clock level. You really haven't done much here. So I mean, some of these moves are just absolutely insane. Got a lot of earnings tonight. A lot. All right, so I've got nothing for you out of him. Their questions are god awful. Also cover what you have tonight and answer any questions you guys have. You got Micron setting up here. Watch. See it? You're rolling over. See how this is breaking lower than this? See it? See how that's lower? No, you're setting up here. That's setting up the crack. Yep. I would just be super, super careful. You have Meta tonight. I'd be real careful tonight. I mean, if any of these companies come out and cut CapEx, you could see them rally, and you could see the other names just kind of roll over. I don't know if anyone's going to cut or what they're going to do. You never know, but I don't think the speed in which they're spending is going to keep going. That Lamb tonight, we've got a lot going on tonight. Tesla, I don't really care about that, but I believe they're tonight too. Well, you're seeing a lot of these kinds of bars out there, and then they're bouncing off of them, so you're not even really cutting them. Yeah, I've seen this PSVL. I mean, if I was going to buy one, I would be buying the physical. I do agree with that. Well, they're buying it based upon the fact that they think that people are going to get involved with them on a foundry, and now they're going to, have a DRAM chip. Like if they got into DRAM or something like that, commodities, they like a commodities business, they do great. But they're not doing any of that. So, they're pretending that they're going to. They're talking about it, but the management's a disaster, and now they're fluxed with capital. So we're going to be stuck with the inept management team. I mean, not much more to say about it. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Microsoft is OpenAI is not really catching on, and they're using that for Copilot, and it's not working. So, it's going to be really interesting to see what they say tonight because they're switching some stuff to Anthropic. Hmm. Yeah, Bitcoin's pretty much toast, I think. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think we're going anywhere. I mean, it's just seems like dead money, at least for now. I really don't know what your catalyst would be to get Bitcoin moving. Justin tonight's all going to be on that conference call. That's really what's going to matter. You have to watch the growth on Microsoft, the cloud growth. That's going to be their big thing. Getting divergences. Sam, whether they last or don't last, I just don't think you're getting them. Such a hard time to trade. I think that a lot of people that are in bricks are buying gold, is what I think. PE looks great. She's just asking about inflation. Is inflation going to cool in the second half of the year? Gone nowhere. They might just be waiting for earnings tonight, I guess. Micron's not going to see. Micron might see 350 on the split after it splits, but no, those days are over. I wish it'd go to 350. Not with them coming out with that new place in Singapore. There's just so much money there now. Buy and sell volume bars. I could really care less about that, to be honest with you. If you find value in it, you should use it. I don't use things like that, but if you find if you find value in it, use it. Still can't get off the ground. Talking about 4.5% GDP. Yeah, you have people out there. You got to watch that stuff. You can send it to the concierge, but you have to be careful of that stuff. Like I can't do anything about some guy in, you know, Kazakhstan or wherever creating a website that looks like me. So you should report the site. S- Send the site to the concierge. He'll report it. I'm not getting anything here, guys. I'm going to stay for one more question. That'll be it. All these little dips are being bought. Micron should be strong. I mean, they're building out that huge plant. Amazon laid off all those people. No one seems to care. I think SanDisk is going a lot higher still, and I think Micron is too. I think all those names are, but I'm just a little worried about whether Meta or Microsoft cut CapEx. Maybe we'll get some volatility tonight, get better prices. I mean, it's just so volatile. You're not talking about small swings, guys. You're talking about huge swings. You start looking at some of these swings that are out there. I mean, it's 10%, like it's nothing. It's talking about gold and silver and their moves. Well, they just want it over. People are just waiting for events to come over so that they can buy and sell what they want. That's why I always look at these days. You want to see what's rallying and what's not rallying. This is really boring, guys. I don't have much for you here. So they're asking them dumb questions. I'm going to go. There's something here that I should answer before I go. But they're asking them really stupid questions. Yeah, I mean, pricing power on names like Micron, like it's up 6-7%. So, they're moving like or 6 or 7x in for 5 months, 6 months. Like there's so much pricing pressure. It's ridiculous. So I really don't see that going away with any of these names. And, it makes me even wonder about, like, even if they cut CapEx tonight, is it going to matter or not? Are we just going to come in again and they're just going to explode to the upside, So that's really how I see it. I mean, it's really hard to look at them and not want to own them. Every time I trim it, like I trimmed it last night at like 418. I'm like, wow, what a great price. Come in today, you're like, oh my God, there's another 20 points. But you can just keep playing it. But yeah, I mean, the pricing power on these names is insane. And I'll do the strength video tomorrow night after we see how this goes. But I really want to watch Meta and Microsoft and see what they say about CapEx. But I do think that people, are looking at names like Microsoft, and Meta and trying to figure out what they're going to do. So we'll go from there. But we'll see. We'll see. But I don't think there's a stronger group out there I don't think there's a group out there that makes more sense than memory names. I really don't. So, but you have to be willing to deal with it. It's not even a function of the storage. It's a function of everything else. So look, it's going to go again right here. You can already see it's just going to wind up pushing. See? Watch. So they're undercutting these little bits just to see what they can grab before they push it again. So it's crazy. But that's the kind of stuff you're seeing out there right now. So, and I don't think that's going to change even with CapEx, but I'm hoping that if one of these guys lowers CapEx, that's what we say. So, but we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I'll see you. Watch tonight. I mean, watch these conference calls tonight if you can. So you got a lot going on.